Welcome back. And I think this is going to be a good review today because I have a somewhat unpopular opinion about my most recent read, which is Go as a River by Shelley Read. Now, I will say this is her debut novel, and I loved her writing. I think it's beautiful and lyrical without being overwritten or overly wordy. I loved learning about Victoria's life on the farm and some of the things about her past family and how the story of them is kind of sprinkled throughout. Now, I will say that things do fall apart later in the book. There's a lot of interesting family dynamics and characters that just get dropped, and there's really no satisfying resolution for them. And the later characters that are introduced are very hollow and very obviously just used as a device to push the book along. And it makes the ending feel very unsatisfying as a whole, to be honest. Um, my biggest issue with it, though, is just what a slog it is as far as just terrible things happening to Victoria. It is over the top. I'm talking every other page. Anything bad that could happen to her does happen to her. And then in the last 100 pages, we get a whole reiteration of some other woman's life and all the terrible things that she endured. And it's just a lot. It's just a lot. And it feels over the top in the same way it did in A Little Life. Just saying. My other big problem with this book is I don't think Indigenous peoples were treated quite with the respect that they needed to be, and that it really was used as kind of a whitewashed piece of Victoria's life instead of expanding on it and spending more time with the Indigenous character in the beginning of the book and as well as throughout later, and what those peoples went through and the racism and bigotry that was showed to them, and what it did to their culture. And that is not done in this book. And it just really didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. So overall, I would not recommend this. I think I gave it 3 stars and then went back and changed it to 2.5. So I do stand by my 2.5 rating. If you don't agree, I'd love to know why. Tell me in the comments. And if you read it and feel the same as me, tell me more. What did you think? Is there anything that I missed that just drove you crazy? Let me know. Otherwise, see you next time.